without their knowledge. Senate Majority Leader John Thune defended the provision, saying senators have the right to act against weaponization by the Justice Department.
Markets go up.
Today accepted Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani's offer to remain the city's top cop during his administration. In a statement, Tish said, while she doesn't agree on everything with the new mayor, they share the priorities of better public safety and maintaining stability across the department. And the cost of your Thanksgiving dinner will be lower for the third straight year.
Oh yeah, it'll be a lot lower because I don't eat turkey, so.
Discounts on turkey. The average price of a dinner for 10 will be about $55. That's down about 5% from a year ago. Still, about half the items on the typical holiday table are
What happened?
than last year.
Okay. Okay, welcome aboard. Just going live right now. Had a pretty successful night last night. This morning, I shorted into that monster bump and had to ride it out to just underneath flat. Ended up taking a few $100, but it was a moment, that's for sure. The psychos were in buying ahead of the NVDA earnings and the Federal Reserve minutes today. But it paid off. Rode it from 950 down to 750. Been doing a little bit of quick scalping right now. And just building a long position. I've got 13 long. Average 24,677 on the December NIX. That's the NASDAQ micro mini futures contract. We're up about 10 points right now, and I'm wondering if this thing can't retrace all the way back up to this morning's high, 960, 970 level. We'll see what happens when the minutes come out. Not sure. Let's see what time those suckers come out. We got earnings. We got market watch. Let's check it out. See what time the minutes come out. Today is, they call it Wednesday, right? 2 p.m. So that's 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We got building permits this morning, housing starts. And John Williams is going to babble at the same time that the Federal Reserve minutes come out. New York Fed president. We got some other guy cackling here in about an hour. Tom Barkin speaks. So we got a couple of things that could motivate the market back up. Elon and Jensen were just on talking AI crap at their little conference. And maybe that stabilized the drop. We've had a 300-point pullback this morning off the high. I'm going to start selling into this little rise for a second here, just to trim off a little bit for the volatility. Seems like I need a better camera to show the screen. But right now, again, we got 13 contracts long. I'm by myself.
You can run up your balance sheet for a long time and stay forever. We're not learning the need to think long term, to invest long term. This is a problem that will at some point explode.
These are Tin Adams's executive decisions. Listen and watch now wherever you get your podcasts.
Wherever you think your podcasts. Do, do, do. do 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 do. Okay. See what happens here with this little cup going on. Things are kind of flattened out. Last night was jiggy, man. I think I bought some 400s, trading off the 500 really level after being range bound yesterday between 7 and 800. Yeah, there it is. There's the dip right now that happened last night. That was a great trade. Rode that for quite a while. Went to bed somewhere around here.
Yeah, so what we talked about this morning is that the quarter is shaping up very consistent with our expectations of a few weeks ago. Demand remains strong for our great vehicles across the board. We're going through some adjustments on what EV demand is going to be post consumer tax credit, and that's going to take some months to work through. But we're busy, hard working, right sizing the manufacturing footprint. And today was really starting to lay the groundwork for 2026, which we think could be better than 2025.
Right, and not that dependent on pricing increase, is that fair?
Trimming.
Well, I mean,
Just selling a little bit. I got 13 contracts. Now I'm down to 12. Selling into this little Paparuski right here. Averaged at 676. Printing 700. Selling at 701. Right now, just try to stack dollars all day. I got to leave actually in about an hour and 45 minutes to go volunteer at school, and then I'll be back at 12:15 to trade the close into the NVDA earnings and see what happens. The options market's predicting a 7% swing on the NVIDIA price, which is currently printing 185. Just round numbers, 10 points would be an 18-point swing one way or another. Since it's all beaten up coming into earnings, I suspect it's going to go higher. That's what the options market is saying as well. Doesn't mean shit, but that's sort of the plan right now. 0 or 1. 0 or 1 what?
So we feel good about the way 26 is going to shape up.
You're a supply chain guy. Can you talk
0 or 1.
supply chain durability?
I don't know. I can't see that emoji. I'm too old for that tiny screen. What you talking about, dude? Sitting here at 675 average with long 11 contracts. I'll continue to build every dip at the moment unless something changes, which could change in 5 seconds. I'm going to add back one right here. 61 fill, bringing me to 12. Average 673. I'll add another at 57 and then idle. Having to remind myself that markets go up. This morning was very, very wicked. Rode along, started shorting into it. Built a position up to 950. Rode that back down. Covered that trade in the 740s, 750s. Again, we're trading the micro mini. December NASDAQ. And currently building a long position, just shaving it off inside these candles with small pops, averaged at 672, 13 contracts long. This morning's profit, 51 contracts. Jensen and Elon just got done with their speech. They announced a 500 megawatt data center with Shah of Iran, or whoever that was, the guy with the turban. I'm going to add one here at 54, bringing the total to plus 14.
But aren't they dominating emerging markets as well? They have the momentum.
And see what happens. Stochastics is hugging each other fast and slow at the 27 line, which is fairly oversold. We just had a 300-point pop, so suggests that there's a lot of shorts out there that got caught off guard this morning with the open. They're able to push it back down so the managers can get in for this afternoon's activities. Since I gotta leave in about an hour and 15 minutes, I'll probably flatten out for the most part. Maybe keep a little position on, but no sense in forcing it. We've got big action tonight with the earnings. Target earnings were out today. Walmart tomorrow. I think this pop, if it happens, is going to be short-lived. I don't really see this igniting the tech trade again. It has the potential to do that going into next week. But unless something really big comes out of this earnings report tonight, I don't think that we're going to be able to shake off the worries just yet. We're going to have to talk about them for a few days until we can get the strategy of ignore, divert, and conquer in place. Basically flat over last night's trade here at 650. That's why I'm starting to build a larger position with a little confidence that we'll be able to rise off of that at least at some point during the day to make another positive sell here. I'm averaged at 671 for those of you that just joined, sitting on 14 contracts long, and we're going to sell into little pops as they come along throughout the day. I think we've sort of stabilized now that we've had a 300-point pullback. Altogether, we were up, let's see, 500, 450. So we had a 500-point move last night to this morning's high, and then 300-point pullback. So we've had 800 points of opportunity today. There's a little popper. We can shave off a little selling at 690. They gave me 693 on that one. Holding 13, average 668. Selling one more. Trying to. Whoops, down tick. Offering out at 98. See that quick pullback right there. You can't get too comfy here today. You need to be very, very fast. We'll keep stacking dollars though, however we can get them. I think if we can break back over 24,700, we will zoom quickly to 24,800 and get back into the range that we were riding yesterday. Yesterday was a good day. We made about 7,000. Showed everybody the screen. 7,000 yesterday. We're sitting at 2,500 this morning. Not a bad start. Definitely had a few hard stoppers this morning shorting into that rip. got up to 29 contracts short at 950. That'll definitely get your attention. And we'll see how this one works. We got some ticks here. Average 668, printing 80 right now on 13 long. The stick volatility is sort of increasing over the last 9 minutes or so. Basing off of 650, bouncing back up to 700, so a lot of indecision. Good morning. The winter is coming, that's true. We got snow the last couple days. Mammoth is opening on Thursday. Heavenly is opening on Friday. Skis are waxed, ready to roll. And we're just sitting here trying to pay for a few dinners. I've got an offer out at 90 something, 98 right now. Just trimming gently into this cup that's forming on a 3-minute chart. It's a 2-day, 3-minute view that we're looking at right here. Whoop. No, sir. This is micro mini NASDAQ December contract. And we're currently holding 13 contracts. As I said, average 668. Just playing inside of these 3-minute candles right now. Looks like a little cup. Again, this morning's pullback, 300 pointer. We were short from 950 down to the 740s. And I believe the bias, at least for now, is going to be up until we hear from the Fed minutes. All right, and that one just sold off, so now we're sitting at 12 contracts, profit of $2,800 right now. Average just dropped down to 665. I'm going to drop another one here at 703. And they gave me 704 3/4 on that one. And we're just kind of trimming and adding and trimming and adding, riding this little range from 650 to 700. And keep it green, you know? Yeah, I heard that Trump is also, talking with the Shah of whatever country he's hanging out in today, India or something like that. We just got done with Elon and Jensen. They were talking to the same group. They announced a 500 megawatt data center with NVIDIA. So I guess that was exciting for some. Elon's speech was pretty good, actually. Sort of talking about the evolution of technology, and everybody wanted a phone. Now everybody's got a phone. He thinks everybody wanted an electric car. Now there's a lot of them. Then he thinks that everybody's going to want a R2-D2 robot, so then we're going to have them. He predicts that currency is going to disappear completely, and that we will have optional work in our future. That no longer will we need to go to work as a requirement. It will be optional, in Elon's opinion. I'm going to go ahead and sell here at 7-11. Dropping 1, leaving me with 10 long contracts, averaged at 662. Currently printing 715. Riding this cup. Optimistically, maybe we get to 750. That would be awesome. I would consider letting it all go at that level and hoping for a slight pullback as we've got a lot of events coming in today. The Trump talk that Nick mentioned, Fed minutes, and we also have two Fed speakers today. One comes out to talk at the same same time as the minutes. Yeah, I think so. The winter. And then this other dude that's talking just here in about an hour. All right, we're gonna sell one here at 20. I'm gonna offer out at 720. It just printed 21 and backed off to 11, but I'm gonna offer out at 21 and see if we can't at least decrease our position and be prepared to average in lower on any pullback. NVIDIA is currently up 370. Tesla kind of vacillating +4 on the day. A lot of other shit was up big this morning. Google, AVGO, GS. Notice Netflix is sucking wind today, down 4. And there goes the sale at 720. We're sitting on 9 contracts long, averaged at 24,661. We still got a decent stochastics. Fast stock is touching 77. Slow is at 37, still well below the median line. This guy is back, Tucker, man, not Scott. Let's hear.
Given that there have not been any changes to the fundamental story, nor does our investment hypothesis rely on the Fed easing, we're dip buyers. As we look at 2 key events this week, non-farm payrolls, yes, it's way backward looking, obviously, because it's September, that's going to be released here in November. And NVIDIA, tonight, when combined, this could set the stage for the next run through
all-time highs. Okay.
As they make the case, as we've discussed,
JP Morgan pumping.
Hasn't changed. The narrative around AI and spending and debt and everything else bubble.
You can't see my position on what?
Momentarily, perhaps, but nothing fundamentals changed. So why not all-time highs?
I think we could see all-time.
Is that what you're saying?
Volatility in November, we didn't get it in September and October. Okay, so now you have the pullback. The economy, Atlanta Fed tracker is 4.1.
What is YT?
Going higher. Scott, every single reading higher and higher, and that bodes very well for overall earnings. Earnings came in at 12%.
This chick is perma-bull.
We have a lot of momentum in this economy, and we haven't even really seen deregulation. We get the low tax.
What can't you see the winter? I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm talking about. Little pullback right here. Let's go ahead and add one back at 53.
It's huge. Think about AI, data center, power grid. We talk about it. We've been talking about it for 3 years.
Oh, YouTube?
For so many different sectors in this market. So, right? So it's not just tech.
Oh, because it's kind of blurry unless I hold it up close. Woo, look at this stick. You got to add right here. Buying a 620. Expect for a bounce off of 600. Adding back another 629. Currently long at average of 655. 12 contracts long.
Isn't everything rally in this market, Jim, primed on what happens tonight?
Little dippy doo-dah.
I think it matters a lot because a lot of this artificial intelligence trade, frankly, all of it is predicated on
NASDAQ has gone from plus 350 or something to plus 30. That makes me really happy. Okay, we're going to add another one here at 620.
I say that based not just from looking at
and see if we get a little snapback on this candle.
about their capex plans, the spoken words from the managers of those companies. It would be
Last night was very productive. I finally had to give up and sell my long position and came back in this morning and
More specifically, in a second.
got one going again. Sold into the pop, reversed, had a few terrifying moments as the thing accelerated to 950, but was able to stay in short all the way to 740 range, and now we're just playing these candles right here. This candle looks very suspicious right now. I got another order to buy at 608. I'm gonna stack another one right on top of it and see if I can't get filled here. There's one, 612 added back, still offering out to buy or bidding to buy 608, but it's looks like some buyers are coming in. Holding 14 long at average 649.
So they had $102 billion this last quarter in revenues from search, YouTube.
I think I need a better camera situation here for this if I'm gonna keep streaming.
Their version of chips, which they've been using for years.
There's Bryn. She can't get enough Tesla.
Gemini, from a retail perspective, is gaining.
There we go. Little side-by-side action.
It's becoming the second most, or ChatGPT, popular platform. But to me, what
Put us in a good spot if it can get back up to the 700 range.
Apple is still this Trojan horse. And to me, it makes sense that Google actually just last week announced
Same range as yesterday.
where we can use Gemini and
Who
not
would have
just
thunk?
get access to that data. They also rolled out Google Shopping, where you can just say, find me a pink Christmas tree, and it goes and finds it for you.
Just trying to play with the average position.
And I think that if we actually hear this partnership between Gemini
QBS,
putting
OBS.
that there, Apple is very focused on security. This private cloud just came out. I think from a consumer perspective, Gemini's model just gets stronger.
I don't know what that is, but I'll Google it.
Sources of revenue versus ChatGPT is just spending money in the future. They have high margins, high revenues, and I don't really pay attention to PEs. I think it's just a number. It still has a pretty moderate PE relative to its growth rate and margins.
I go back and I'll just do it as long as I need to do it. Maybe in perpetuity if things continue this way.
Perpetuity.
As he looks at me and he smiles and he blushes, as only Jim Leventhal can. The call that you made on this name was nothing short of extraordinary. We'll see where the stock goes from here, but you, in the face of a lot of negativity, said, that's ridiculous. I'm holding on for dear life here, and it has paid great rewards for you and others.
Yeah.
It's felt good. I'm not gonna lie, it's felt good, and thank you. Thank you very much. And I watched you and Joe on Monday.
Does that get it any clearer?
I think if there's a lesson to be learned from it, it's the power of big. This is a very big company.
Screen recording and streaming. Yeah, that's exactly what I need.
Losing search dominance to the new AI players.
The cameras suck on the phones.
Is that they have the resources to compete and actually excel in the competition, which
Is that any better at all if it's closer?
I made an argument that day, and the reason why we're showing the chart, I think this is from the Eddie Q sell-off. Right, in the courtroom.
OBS. I'll Google that
Google search declined on that.
for
The
later.
browser and everybody sort of lost their minds for a moment and said, oh man, this is the beginning of the end for the dominant position that Alphabet has had in search, and that the proliferation of large language models is only going to accelerate the decline in what has been an incredible path.
Open broadcaster software. Got it.
And you said
I'll check it out later.
and that's why
Thanks.
the chart is reflecting from that date, May 7th until today.
Can you see the position at all now? The
I
winter?
think we have more room to run. Now, I'm not saying to everybody go make this the largest stock in their
Yeah.
portfolio right now.
I know I logged in on this screen right over here just to see what you were talking about, and it's fucked up. It's alright, I'm just talking it through, I guess.
The last two earnings reports that have come out since those comments have indicated
If I hold it up,
growing, and now it should grow more. with the advent of Gemini,
It's kind of in the way
the end
of my life.
This competition is going to go on for years, but for the immediate future, Gemini 3 is the lead horse in this horse race, and I think that will...
We had 250 people in here a few days ago. Nobody said anything, so I appreciate you mentioning that.
Which, by the way, is flat since the last earnings report.
You'd think with all this camera technology these days this shit would work, but they can't even send videos from Android to iPhone.
Goldman says options positioning ahead of this release tonight implies a plus or minus 7.3%. You want to know from Christina Partsinevelos, who covers this company closer than anybody? What matters most of all?
Can't get that 608 to fill. Let's just go ahead and stick another one on there for... All right, 620. So now we've got 15 long contracts, and we're average at 647.
Sustainability of the demand. And the unfortunate thing for NVIDIA is that Jensen Huang spoke at the end of October, and he revealed that they had $500 billion in cumulative orders that would last through next year.
Running 3-minute charts here, so at least we're building candles pretty quickly. I've got a 15-minute over here. I had a big short on that one this morning. That went pretty good. Same contract, different account.
Pricing in this swing, it seems people are just not expecting as much of a big blowout earnings. Why? Because NVIDIA is becoming a more tempered...
You know, given the current state of sentiment right now, there is a good chance that NVIDIA doesn't move at all on this earnings, since everybody already knows what the customers' earnings reports have been. They just saw Jensen again flapping his gums today. What could he possibly announce that's going to be new? I think that people... See, Scott's saying the same thing.
In which, you don't really expect he's going to give you much in that way of specifics because he can't. Bound by obviously
just remember, traders take home profits, losers take home hope. So take that word out of your vocabulary, man.
He was asked about, I think it was the last question, whether it's a bubble. Okay? I'm paraphrasing because he gave
Scott is saying exactly what I said, which is strange that Jensen is talking on earnings day.
He did make the case that everything that is going into that transition from...
There we go. Come on, hit my order at 8.
He said, quote, is justified. So he kind of answered the question.
And yes, because he's benefiting from it. He's saying that there's a...
Oh, actually, I'm at 04, trying to buy that last piece.
Including CPUs that need to be upgraded to deal with the immense compute that everybody wants to get their hands on. To your point about him speaking today, laughing on stage with Elon Musk, also attending a dinner last night, there are some, I guess, traders are saying that's a...
The fast stochastics just intersecting with the oversold line at 18. Doesn't mean shit, but at least it's a clue. The slow is sitting at 39, kind of flatlining here. A lot of indecision at 9 o'clock.
And NVIDIA announced this collaboration. This collaboration was first announced in May. They're working together. And in the coming hour, we should get more information on the number of GPUs that Saudi Arabia is going to buy. Why do I bring that up? Because that's sovereign AI money. And that is money.
Okay, there it is. Just got filled at 604. So now we have a total position of 16 contracts long, averaged at 24645. And we are going to maintain an idle position at this point and run what we brung.
Come to the realization of what Wolf thinks it has.
And see what happens here.
I don't want to go as strong as fear.
It's kind of a dead zone anytime after 8:30 Pacific until 11:30. It's a really dangerous time of day, as I was talking about yesterday, to trade. So you have to have some restraint and be conservative. This is a pretty conservative position for me. 16 contracts. A little edgy, but things could definitely get way out of hand. I'm not saying that, but in the greater scheme of things, I'll build up to 30 contracts at a time without much concern if I have conviction.
Which still likes the stock because they reiterate overweight, but they did take the target down.
But the crazies could show up at any time.
Initially I was, when they announced that they were going to see an increase in the spend, but when I saw the results, when I saw the profitability, when I saw impression growth grow 14% time spent on videos.
I can't stand this lady.
Overall time spent.
Oh my God, she's like a bad preacher.
Price per orders, price per ad.
She sounds like she's begging people to believe her.
26% from his 52-week.
Like a kid caught lying or something like that. What's that cookie on your face? Oh, I didn't eat one, Mom.
In revenues, and I think those revenues are going to continue in the mid-20s. And so, yeah, I was a little mad about the spend, but you have to buy this stock when you get a little bit mad.
She's a meta lover too, I think. 586 on Meta thing just keeps sinking.
Really important that companies, even after all this spend, they are in fact
Totally. I totally agree with you, SoCal.
That's across the board. That's why I think it makes a lot of sense to be buying.
Can you imagine being her client and listening to her in the office and trying to keep a straight face?
That was made on the bubble question related to the private market, and we raised that on this show.
Oh my God.
When you keep seeing the valuations post money of these private companies, OpenAI, I mean, $500 billion, for example, and you go down the list of some of these.
I think Scott is the coolest dude on the show. Him and Santoli and Rick Santelli.
With just nothing really being tens of billions of dollars, that seems a little unsustainable. It's not quite logical to me. That's from the CEO of
Sully's all right too, but
joins us now out in San Francisco because you really have a good lens.
all right. So now this position's starting to inch up on green.
You know a lot of VCs.
Kind of playing around here with that 650 level. If we can get back over 650, I think we start trending.
You're right, Scott. Even those founders and VCs that I talk to on a regular basis, these are the true believers, and they will tell you very quickly that there's certainly.
You want to see a 4-hour?
$1 billion seed rounds that Hassabas referred to, both of them led by ex-OpenAI executives. Ilias Sutskever's Safe Superintelligence, SSI, it consists of a single web page, no revenue. Mira Murati's Thinking Machines Lab raised its first capital with no.
There's a 4-hour.
Perspective, the next largest U.S.
2 days.
They have been in the $200 to $450 million range, according to Crunchbase. So it does beg this question, why do founders keep building in a bubble? Why do VCs keep backing them? Well, it comes down to this. They think the bigger risk is sitting it out. They see bubbles.
It looks like a ski slope.
Engine of AI, this huge platform shift that nobody disputes, is this idea that you need huge money-losing experimentation to actually build a capacity this industry will run on later. So put another way, private markets, they're really built for mania and less discipline. This is how the venture capital ecosystem operates. And that may be, Scott, why we're seeing this bifurcation in the public markets. There's more of a demand for some
4-day, 60-minute.
some ROI on all of that spending, but that really doesn't exist in the VC bubble.
There's a 4-day, 60-minute.
Thank you, Deirdre. The word bubble is getting used a lot, so it's on our minds. And there's the question of how
Looks super overbought on the slow. Potential back to 24.4. We were at 380 the night before last. That was a good trade. I like to back away and look at the bigger picture too as a little reminder. But for today, we're going to go back to this guy. 2 days.
A lot, you are at risk of missing out. This is what's driving VCs, and I think that you're seeing this.
I usually start looking at different time frames when I'm scared. Right now, I'm not scared.
AI is going to be as big as the internet. So just like the internet, there was a bubble. yes, it sort of burst spectacularly.
This chick
But
is
then
a
was
smarty
built
pants.
on top of that infrastructure that was built in the bubble. So it depends, right? If you're picking the winners and losers, you're going to lose a lot through this process. It's how big that risk appetite is to sort of hold
It's
strong
such a
in
boring
this
topic,
organization.
AI. Oh my God.
By the way, remember him? He lost almost everything in the dot-com bubble, but he had one company that saved him, and that was Alibaba. That's sort of the model for VCs.
Good stuff, Dean. Thank you. Here's both. Speaking of missing out,
See if this helps.
as much love as I gave you earlier.
Oh, what's up?
Uh-oh.
It always comes back around. No, we learned anything.
Oh, now I see. All right, let's do it.
Adobe.
Yeah, I hate this stuff.
Perceived. Right? So they're acquiring SEMrush, $12 a share, almost $2 billion in total value. It's a brand visibility platform. You just said
Come on now.
stock. You hate it because
Let's go push to 650.
It's going the opposite direction of almost anything
Yeah.
related to AI. So
And they should be, because monetizing this CapEx is going to take forever, if ever. Do you want to pay for AI? I don't. I don't plan to ever pay for any AI intentionally.
But the stock market just doesn't care, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. There is an earnings report coming up in 2 weeks. I may stay for that, but I'm clearly, my finger is on the trigger of the roughly 30 stocks I own. This is the
Little cupper on the fast stock at 17.
I'm not happy about anything I'm saying.
okay, no, I know, and the only reason I'm asking about it because it was
Maybe you can change the slow indicator's mind and turn it up.
Get your take on that. So a lot of love on Alphabet. A lot of pain on this one.
Yep.
Speaking of pain, Blue Owl shares. They have been feeling a lot of pain of late.
Blue Owl, they were on this morning.
What I think is notable about that move is that the co-president was on this network earlier this morning with the gang on Squawk on the Street, really trying to allay some of the concerns that have been in the market about private credit. They had a deal.
AI is created to put us out of work.
Which is now being called off. Leslie Picker broke that story. And she joins us now from Las Vegas on what more you can add and whether you think the move in the stock today is interesting as well.
I gotta leave in 60 minutes to go volunteer at school. So hopefully I can shake this position by then.
Some fears, and I'm not sure what the reaction in the marketplace.
At least trim it down to maybe 5 or something.
Yeah, no, the reaction in the market is interesting, Scott, because right when we first broke the news that the merger was being called off, you saw Blue Owl, the parent company, shares spike about 6%. So they've definitely come down since then. I think a lot of it was kind of the details here, this idea that just because the merger was called off,
Still in the same range, up at the upper band though.
Were able to redeem right away. So just to take a step back, this is the controversial combination of one of its non-traded funds with its bigger publicly listed vehicle. And the merger restricted investors from redeeming
Man,
from
just a lot of lack of conviction here.
That's the one that was being acquired until the deal was done. And
Computers are in charge.
The non-traded fund would have faced paper losses of about 20%. So as we've been discussing on the show, there's been a recent sell-off in publicly traded business development companies, or BDCs. These are essentially vehicles that are lending capital to small and mid-sized businesses.
A lot of John Wicks, 3 of them in a row.
Just broader private credit concerns, making the timing difficult for the Blue Owl funds to merge.
There we go, higher open on that stick.
The option if they would like to roll into the public company, and based on where it's trading now and all the noise, we decided it's not the right time.
Yeah.
We had not previously been getting calls. In fact, we met every single
So boring.
quarter. So it wasn't a question of us being pushed to do it. This was a preordained timetable set.
Tape is really slow today,
It was the right time. It turned out not to be the right time.
at least for now.
Now that the merger has been called off, that non-traded OBDC2 fund will allow investors who want to redeem to do so starting in Q1. Liquidity had only been on a quarterly basis before the merger. So as we talked about, Scott, shares of the parent company Blue Owl slumping 7% Monday, gained a little bit yesterday, gained in the pre-market on news of this merger.
Is that 1 or 7? Oh, okay, yeah, we got 7. I see.
2% again.
There we go.
And the reason before I let
Man,
you
this
go,
is a
we-
frustrating spot.
David Sullivan, you're at a Goldman event, and you asked him about private credit, and recall for us what his answer was about the concerns, if he had any.
Yeah, so one of his big points with regards to private credit is that we still haven't seen a cycle that this kind of industry has been tested through, and to see the winners and losers that could come from a real credit cycle. He said they're one-offs essentially, and just a reminder, Scott, Goldman has a pretty sizable private credit business itself.
The worst part of this is
knows from his own business as
this
well as
particular intraday pattern right here is the diving board.
they're basically these one-off situations.
3, 6, 7. The last sticks right now are making the diving board.
Credit cycle since it's been at this scale.
So the last 21 minutes.
Today. Great stuff, in fact. That's Leslie Picker out in Las Vegas. Coming up, we'll have more.
And diving boards usually precede a waterfall decline. Not a good place to be long. Especially sitting right here on support. Just a round number. There is some support here, but
For the core of your portfolio, a range of active equity ETFs.
not fantastic.
With active DNA, JP Morgan's research enhanced
And there we go.
ETFs. We are the home of active ETFs. Search JP Morgan REI ETF.
Is that a front flip or swan dive? What are we going to do here? We've got this low back here from this morning
Start your morning with me, Sylvia Amaro, and get ahead.
just below us.
We are talking C-suite execs, market movers, and game changers across the country. Europe early weekdays only on CNBC.
Weekday.
CNBC is the global leader in business and financial news.
In fact, our reporting never stops, providing you with round-the-clock coverage from across the world.
So you don't miss a market minute.
We bring you breaking news, in-depth analysis,
And the stories behind the numbers.
as well as deep dives, debates, and discussions of the most complex stories of the
See
day.
what Truth Social has. Anything new? It's been 18 hours since I last looked. Oh, here we go.
Work around the news.
1 hour. So proud of our president.
Within this ever-
Our president's UN speech was absolutely epic.
CNBC.
Okay, so nothing.
First in business.
First in business,
First in business.
worldwide.
The power base.
So Jensen says an hour ago on Truth Social, as I promised, production of Blackwell has started. AI, invented in America, made in America, built for America and the world. 2 hours ago.
CNBC.
And he also announced on Fox News that we're building the chip here in America. Very pumpy going into the earnings. Okay, we're back up to the line here. We've been screwing around with this 650 line,
They cut their profit outlook. They stuck by
leaving a lot of wicks right there.
the holiday season, but they still expect sales to decline.
So that's where we're at right now.
Or the other day.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the stock now?
See what happens here.
That's a dumb question. Has this earnings
I'll be offloading some little bit of size here if we get over 650.
Well, I did sell a lot last week.
Okay.
You said you might sell the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, I probably will, because I think it's dead money. This new CEO is gonna take a lot of time. We have to see what their investments are going to be in terms of inventory, labor, CapEx, etc. The only thing I could say, Scott, the reason the stock's not down more, well, A, it's already down a lot, but the stock's trading about 11 times earnings and it yields 5%, which I think is very safe and
Cheap
fair.
doesn't make it good, lady.
The fact that the whisper numbers for comps were -4, so they came in at -2.7%. That's not good. There's not really anything good here. But I can just say that this turnaround is going to take a lot longer than expected, and which is why the stock sold off when the new CEO was announced, because he was a lifer.
Same as Chipotle.
Outside, Richard Dixon of Gap was mentioned as a possible candidate, so it was disappointing.
No, I'm averaged at 645. I've bought multiple times below, and I started buying, I think at 700 is where I started. But I'm averaged at 645 right now.
They got to get inventory right. That's number one. They got to get labor right.
See that?
Say, okay, we're gonna spend $5 billion. That's up 25%.
They have to.
But lot purchases to bring the average down. It's managing the position as we go up and down this morning.
It's going to be a small position headed into this. I don't need to own it. I would much rather, if like Gap is weak tomorrow.
16 contracts is worth $32 per point, so just kind of bouncing around.
For context sake, you've owned this stock for a long time. How many, like when I say a long time, what are we talking? 5 years at least?
Yeah.
If not longer?
And I made a lot of money.
I'm not suggesting you didn't.
In that period of time, and I've lost a lot of
My only
money.
point is that you've had this stock for a long time.
Yeah.
So it says something in and of itself.
Yeah.
That you've come to the point.
Just kind of leaving some bullets available if and when it goes down further. It's kind of my game. I never get all the way in or all the way out, except for on extreme moves, whether I'm long or short.
That's why, Joe, you're asking Steph a question. Well, you've got the CapEx.
I usually build them up
Delivery times. None of that matters.
either direction. Got to be in the game to play, so I don't like being all the way out.
In stores, but they also have to work on the speed of delivery.
Yeah, but I mean,
Because
that's
the
not
needle
moving
is
the
moving.
needle. That's not going to move the
No,
needle.
you can't say it's not moving the
It's not
needle.
moving the needle.
E-commerce moves the needle. They need to move the needle in some direction.
Yeah.
Right now, they're basically 0 for 4.
Well,
Sorry.
digital is 19% of total revenue.
I'm not saying digital isn't important, but improving
You are
shipping
saying
times.
it.
No. You're talking about improving shipping times.
Yeah, so if you order something from Walmart, you're getting it a heck of a lot quicker than if you order something from Target.
Yeah, but you just need
You need more
traffic.
people ordering stuff.
You need
Or
people,
buying stuff.
you need people in the stores.
This right here is
TJX, I'll give Joe.
not very fun
They raise their
for the short term, keeping in mind we're on 3-minute candles.
What else? Can you pull that back a little bit more, please? Stock's at an all-time high. All right. There's a beat in the race. TJ Maxx very strong. Marshall's very strong.
We are going to add one at 589, at 17 long,
How are their delivery times?
average 641.
In environment, I know e-commerce doesn't matter. It's 2025.
I didn't say e-commerce didn't matter.
We're taking our horses to
I
the
didn't
store.
say e-commerce didn't matter.
Right. Okay. So.
Definitely looks a little shaky.
There you go. And they have an all-time high.
All right, great stuff. Look at the headlines now with Bertha Coombs.
There you go.
Hey, Scott. The Justice Department says the grand jury that charged former FBI Director James Comey was not presented with a copy of the final indictment. Prosecutors divulged the information this morning.
Another little probe
Judge overseeing the case.
of support there.
Argued the admission is grounds for dismissal.
Making lower lows.
Charges him with lying.
That is the low of the day right there that we just printed
Roughly a quarter, or about 1,300 positions.
since the open.
WHO's director says the Trump administration's decision to pull out of the organization, along with other cuts from top donors, has left the U.S.
So,
agency with a $500
it's been quite the swing, plus 350 to minus 30
And billionaire climate
on the
activist
futures.
Tom Steyer announced today he will jump into a
Tesla has lost all of its gain.
California's governor. The former 2020 presidential candidate
Nvidia is still hanging on.
two Republicans in a bid to replace term
But yeah, Tesla's lost 11 points so far.
All right. Bertha, thank you. Bertha Coombs. We do have some breaking news. We go to Steve Lee.
Here we go. Breaking news.
Which means this is earnings.
Watch out.
Scott,
Scott, we have some news about the data releases from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Uh-oh.
And there's some good news, but I think mostly bad news here. Let me go through it here.
Uh-oh.
There will not be an October jobs report as we know it. The next jobs report, we get obviously one tomorrow for September, but the next jobs report will be the November jobs report that will come out.
No October
December
jobs
16th
report.
Instead of December 5th. And then they will fold in what they know of the October employment situation into that November report. Let me point out, I think the significance of this right away, Scott.
I'm gonna buy
is that the
one.
Federal Reserve will
$5.50.
meet 6 days earlier without the jobs data from October and November as they meet. This has implications for both sides of the coin in terms
Adding
of
another one.
cutting. There are many who say
$5.63.
to heal on the cutting story by the week's jobs data. Well, they won't have that jobs data other than what they get tomorrow. They've also canceled the JOLTS report for September. That is also canceled. What else can I tell you here? The October JOLTS report will come out December 9th. So the Fed will
That's
have that
bad
first
news.
meeting. And I don't see anything here, Scott, about the plans to release inflation data at this moment other than September PPI, which was previously announced. So just to underscore or to highlight the...
All right, so now we've got 19 long, average 633. Leisman's reporting really bad news. We could get a flush here. Buckle up.
Looks like we'll get a regular November jobs report that will come out on December 16th, not December 5th as normally scheduled.
They should, though, being the Fed, I mean, they should have other avenues to get a decent read into what the employment picture looks like, though. Steve, it's not like they're...
I'm going to add one more at 35 and then call it good at 20 contracts.
There's other data. I will point out, Scott, that data is not really tested in terms of how definitive it is. We have the ADP data over time it meshes with.
See what the algos do.
And the other issue is that, look, the BLS data is the gold standard for
there it goes.
Say much about it because
Okay, 20 contracts long, average at 24,628.
The most confidence in terms of directing policy. So yeah,
we are down about 100 points on this position at the moment. And Leisman is reporting bad news.
JOLTS data can help a little bit, but really it's the BLS data and the jobs data that allows the Fed to move with a certain amount of confidence.
Yeah, of course. Steve, thank you very much.
So the odds on rate cuts is going to be affected instantly.
Obviously, you're pointing out to look at the dollar, which is higher. Yields look like they move slightly higher. So if you're saying, well, if they're not going to have the data, maybe it's less likely that they're going to be able to cut based on the data.
Sure,
that would be a little hawkish, but I mean...
We can have an opinion of that, but the market is actually pricing in less of a chance for a rate cut in December right now, and it's being reflected...
And the VIX has just gone green.
In the dollar.
Okay, let's do this. We're going to take a quick break, and we have a big move from Bryn Coffee.
Yeah.
We will discuss.
VIX is kind of back and forth on the flat line on that news.
For most people, risk means danger.
Let's see what happens. I'm going to go get some coffee. Be right back.
It means opportunity.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Risk is a constant. It's something to embrace and manage. It takes focus, resilience, and discipline. When the pressure is on, I feel right at home. How do you manage risk?
CB Group, where risk meets opportunity.
I was born and raised for a time in Juarez, Mexico, while my mom traveled to the U.S. I reunited with her when I was 7.5, 8 years old. My ambition is to show gratitude. It's what's led a lot of my leadership ability is to always be grateful, always be mindful, always be inclusive of people's views. When I arrived to United, it was clearly a turnaround situation. It is uncanny how much of your answers all your questions lie resident on the people that work for you. Listen, learn, and only then should you lead.
Can't miss reporting that impacts your money now. Be here when the opening bell rings. Walk on the street. CNBC. Breaking news. Market moves. Scott Wapner from the NYSE. Closing bell. CNBC. Buy the dip with Pro's best deal of the year. Never miss market-moving news and interviews with 3 global live streams. Go Pro with the best deal of the year at cnbc.com/GoPro. Terms and restrictions apply.
We're back with committee moves, and I said we had a big one from Bryn, and in fact we do. You sold Uber. Wow, why?
Yeah, so I bought Uber beginning of this year, early last year, in high 60s, low 70s. Great company, think DAR is incredible. I thought it was very undervalued. What I've been watching though since really September is Uber has hit $100 about 5 times, keeps getting rejected. And so to me, it's like, okay, $100 is the ceiling. I know it's a great company, but I sold it last week around 94. It looks like it's going straight to the 200-day moving average at 86. So I just like, I'm going to take my profits, go home. Because when stocks get to that outer Earth orbit and they can't punch through, you got to be ready to sit there for a while. And so I just thought I'd take my profits. If it does go back, happens to go back into the 70s, I'll definitely look to buy it again because it is a great company.
Are you worried about, and I feel like you
Okay, so we've gotten a little bad.
You know, the robo-taxi competition with Tesla and others.
I don't use stops. 30 years of it.
Had an amazing leveling off, and then this decline that we've witnessed, right? That tells the story.
It was a support bounce, and now we're gonna run back up to the overhead weight from this morning's 350-point pop. Stop losses are for losers.
And obviously, if they can take the driver out of the car, that increases their margins. But this is so long term, and so I think that's a narrative that's not even remotely going to come true anytime soon. But I do think though that
I got my Yeti.
It's not going to go above it, and so now you're going to get back to this like long Tesla, short Uber.
Okay, so now I'm going to start selling into this. We're averaged at 428. I'm selling a 42.
For years on out, and I think ultimately positive because they will benefit because they do have the best ecosystem.
Averaged at 25, selling a 38. Selling a 35. Filling at 39. 18 long positions. Average 623.
17%, frequency up 4. It's a verb, I said it before, you want to own verbs, right? You own the Google, you know, you want to own a new word. I think they're the dominant with the best management.
My goal is to fade out of this whole position while I go to school to volunteer on Wednesdays, and then come back and open some new positions going into the earnings report at 12:15. So I've got about another half hour until I gotta leave. See if this thing can push through over 650. Over 650 is going to give us 700 minimum. Get into the range from yesterday.
Whether it's Palantir or Uber, you're getting all these earnings reports that look really good, but the price action doesn't.
Don't want to be a dick for a tick, so As soon as we green up here
Let me get you another move, Joe.
a little further, launch a few more.
Which is why I didn't want to make too big of a deal today that you sold the rest of it.
Market doesn't seem to care about the Leasman news anymore.
Already, why you have trimmed it just to get out of it personally because you're exposed to it in the ETF. So I don't want to get into that. But the proceeds have gone into the GLD. That's the story.
So far we've traded 71 contracts today. Currently at a gain of $2,000. Holding 18 longs currently, average 623. This position is back and forth as a loser to a winner. We're right there at the net line. See what happens. Fast stochastics is touching 60. Slow is cupped at 23. We've got some sort of dude talking right now somewhere. Let's see. Market watch. 9:45. So Tom Barkin is going to be putting out some comments right now.
What we're seeing in the last couple of days is while the dollar is continuing.
Don't listen to Joe Terranova. He's an idiot.
Accelerating to the downside. There's a degree of resiliency in the precious metals market, and
that guy's wishy-washy. He'd never show you his trading screen ever.
Relative outperformance versus its macro momentum peers, which is continuing their reversal trend.
If we're down, he says we're overpriced. If we're up, we say we're going to the moon.
Stick up a little high occasionally, and he's trying, Jimmy. All right, Santoli's next.
Santoli. Inside candle after making a new low of day 24,540 or something. Don't even know. What does it say? Oh, 566. That's the regular trading hours low. It was a lot lower last night. I got an offer to sell something at 37, it looks like. Let's go ahead and put one at 33 too. Sell at 33, edit. Put 3 out there at 34. See if we can get that filled. Got to start trimming because I got to leave.
The Exchange, CNBC. Kelly Evans, Brian Sullivan, Power Lunch, CNBC.
Come on, suckers.
I'm launching coffee. I ain't built for business.
You know you want some. Buy it all.
World's tech powerhouses. Alibaba not only revolutionized our China shop, it gave the country's tech sector a seat at the global table. Its founder, Jack Ma, became a global superstar who never gave up.
Those earlier diving board comments paid off. 650 down to 560.
This weekend on CNBC.
Almost 100-point trade on that pattern. Backing and filling. It's like watching paint dry all of a sudden. 9 minutes of fun, back to nothing. Okay, Mike Santoli, what do you want to say today?
Welcome back to Senior Markets commentator Mike Santoli joins us for his midday word. You tell me what you want to talk about.
Well, it's the market is still kind of day to day in terms of whether it feels like we've done enough of a flush to the downside. I do think the high beta, most aggressive parts of the market, a lot of capital gotten chased out of there.
Tesla, little bounce, $3.
It's down 3-4% again. It still needs to monitor that as a sign of portfolio stress, perceived liquidity issues. Funny to see NVIDIA, you get this little bit of a bounce, trying to pull neutral. It's right at the 50-day moving average, basically where it was 3 months ago before the prior report. Very difficult to handicap how it goes, but what's really interesting about the AI trade is how all of a sudden, you guys were talking about Alphabet before, they're handing the bell to Alphabet, everybody else suffers. Microsoft trades terribly, Meta keeps going down, and so I think that shows you that the market is less generous about figuring that all this spending is going to be okay. Nets out pretty well for NVIDIA probably in the near term, but I think the market in general is hoping it gets away with just this little 5% intraday pullback from the high, which we hit yesterday. But I think you'd be lucky if that was all it was and we went up from here.
If you're hoping if you're hoping for an everything rally between now and the end of the year, you need tonight to go well.
You need to go well, and definitely not to kind of, set off any tripwires. And then tomorrow.
Okay, we just sold 3 at 34.
As Joe said, reprice December as less.
I've got another offer out at 37. My average is now 615
into that print for NVIDIA.
with 15 remaining. Gotta turn the volume down so stop yelling. And I am trying to get out of this position so I can go to volunteer at school. Sold 1 at 22. Average is now 613. Selling 1 at 36. And that went off at 35. Another one at 37. Now again at 37. Holding 11 positions long. Averaging at 601 now. That's why you add to losers according to Merrick. So far we're not losing. We are selling at 26. There's another one holding 10 positions now, offering back out at 31. And that filled at 32. We're down to 9, selling at 37. Gave me 40. Selling another at 42. And they gave me 44. I'm down to 7 positions now. We're selling at 47. And we are down to an average of 578 right now. Sitting on 2,600. I better be quick here and shut and start selling these because I think we can reverse. There goes one more at 47. Another at, I might have missed that blip. I'm offered, there it goes, 46, down to 4 positions, average 561. And now we are selling at 38. And 3 positions left, average 552. And I'm gonna sell one more here at 32. And then I'm gonna stop. So now we're sitting at 24,548. P&L on the day of 2,500 with an open PL of 350-ish back and forth. I think it can probably pop over this 650. And since I got a few more minutes, I'm gonna try to stay in. The problem with 650 today is right there. That is the floor of this giant pop that we had this morning and the floor going in to this morning's trade from the overnight trade. So now that has become resistance for the moment right here. And that's why we bumped our head here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a lot of times. And if the algos can get going right here, and we got Fed speak going on right now, then it'll pop. And from there, who knows? But you got to keep some bullets in the quiver, man. If you get stopped out every 5 seconds, you're never going to make it in this business, ever. I've been doing this for 30 years. I am not smarter than anybody else, but I know that stop losses are the fast way to the loser's bank. The broker wins, you lose. You get stopped out every 5 seconds, but if you go into these positions with enough bullets in the bag, you can average your position out based on the fluctuations and make them all into winners. And that's the goal. Win. Green is good. Don't be a dick for a tick. Some people might have criticized me selling into this pop because it goes 500 points higher, but I don't really care. I'm profiting, and that's all that matters, and that's how I stay alive 5 days a week. I like how it's pushing through 55 right there, not backing down too far. If it can close this candle above the last one and not break to a new low stick by stick on a 3-minute chart, then I believe it probably is going to stack through that 650 mark.
Executing way better than Zoetis, but I prefer Zoetis given that it's flat.
Give me an insight real quick, Joe. Target to 120. Jeff.
There's our creepy lady. And here's Liar Joe. He's like a wet noodle, man. Swings with the wind. Okay. Got a little excited there. 55. Come on, 55. At this point, coming from a position of 20 contracts down to 2, it's kind of inconsequential, but I would like to see it go through just to prove the pattern. I was talking earlier about all of these John Wicks next to each other. That usually builds a diving board. It did. It went down about 100 points. The news was bullshit. We did a side-by-side candle after making a new intraday low, and now here we are back up against resistance. So looks like they're trying to make it fail. See, that's going lower than the last candle. That's never a good sign for the longs. I don't really care. I've only got 2. And I got a stack of bullets. So if I want to re-engage this trade, I can start picking my spots to go back in and continue to lower my average. However, I'm still sitting on juice. My average, based on the earlier ads, has dropped all the way down to 24,548. So I got some breathing room here to sort of play around with these last 2 contracts. Adding here would worsen my average, which would be bad. In this scenario, I would wait for a conducive pattern to add. This is not it. Breaking below the last candle. I would wait for a support line, or I'd wait for a break below my current average. I don't really want to average up in a long very often unless the tape shows me that that's the direction with a lot of support. And tape reading is a completely different art, but highly valuable. Sometimes I trade just from the tape, especially on my phone when I'm out and about. In the regular world, I'll just watch the tape, consult a chart every once in a while, but just tape read straight off of level 2. In the old days, we used to have to trade off the ticker tape on the bottom of the screen. Those were the days. Dial up. No internet. Yeah.
If it gets called away, it would be a 14.5% total.
Permabull, Tesla lover. She doesn't look that good when she's in person either.
This thing is a workhorse. I mean, this is a Clydesdale of a stock.
Terrifying. So I hope everybody else is having a good day. I'm going to leave in 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm pizza guy at the private school. And then we'll be back for this again at 12:15. If you want to find me again, subscribe. I'm not trying to monetize any channel. I could care less. Just trying to hang out, and if anybody else has got some good trading info, I'm hoping to hear it. That's kind of why I'm streaming. After doing this for 3 decades, I'm always open to new ideas, though.
Walmart up for tomorrow, and Bitcoin down once again, touching the 88,000 level earlier, back to 89 now. Lowest level since April.
Buy some shit coin for your kids if you want right now. That's a decent play on the 5 to 10 year plan.
Announcing right now new details about its partnership with AI startup Commebtary. So I'll start with that first, because Commebtary is committing to 600,000 GPUs across Saudi Arabia and the US over the next 3 years.
Yeah, see, Jensen's out there pumping today.
Sovereign ideals, with countries building their own infrastructure that are filling that China hole, since revenue is going down to zero, according to the company. But heading into
You like my shitcoin comment?
hard to ignore. The last 4 reactions have been somewhat muted at best. In February, shares slumped over 8% after the print. August saw the stock drop and continue falling 2 days after that. Even when it initially popped last November, it still gave back 10% over the next 4 sessions.
Come on, baby. Give me the 650 before I go. I really would love to see that break.
And so options traders are pricing in at least a 6% swing through Friday, which means roughly $300 billion.
No doubt, man. I was trading BMNR for a long time. That's that. I can't even think of the dude's name now. He's a permabull. He's involved in it. Gosh, I can't think. He got a new hairdo last week. Anyways, BMNR. That thing is jiggy, man. It started at $2, went to like 130, back to 30, up to 70. I think it's in the high 30s right now. It's a Ethereum company, kind of like MSTR. 52 pushing way higher open on this candle. If this candle could close here, 3-minute candle, the next one could very well stack into that open space between 600 and 700.
What more can happen to keep this trend rolling? Well, everyone looks to signals for boom.
So we're sitting on a 100-point cushion at this point.
It's a bellwether moment because it's more than just reporting.
If you're trading along with me, it's not a recommendation, but awesome job. 100 points gives you a little minute to breathe, that's for sure.
That actually might be perceived as a miss. And even more importantly, it's the narrative around what is happening in the market.
647, 654, back and forth.
Because that means there's a slowing down so that the hyperscalers
back and forth. 658, there's a 660. Now we're making a new high over the last 1 hour. Let's see, 3, 6.
Jay Goldberg, senior analyst at Seaport Global Securities, only analyst with a sell rating right now
on NVIDIA.
Yeah, that's the highest print in the last hour, 661.
Sell right now. Why do you think you can get
Be free. Let her run.
My thesis for a long time has just been that NVIDIA
It's kind of a little mini inverted head and shoulders. The shoulders aren't very prominent. I'm not looking at the volume to confirm that, but
there's just so many
on a 15-minute chart, it does confirm that with the right shoulder lower than the left
it's hard to
and the volume increased.
people to the upside of them. And so there's a lot of pressure on them. I think they might be able to pull it off this quarter or pretty good.
Generally, an inverted H&S like this will resolve with a cup and handle, so that would take about a 50% pullback from this level, so down to 600, make a cup, then come back up to the 650 level, and then make a handle out of there and go to the high of the day. That's the potential pattern setting up right here. Although stochastics on a 3-minute chart on the fast is at 89. That's not pretty. 65 is still okay. It can definitely push higher here, but caution for a short-term pullback is definitely something to pay attention to. Fast is now printing 94.
Okay, well, that's the word that you don't want to hear Jen say. I guess Jay can say it. But right now, there seems to be some skepticism about AI playing out in software stocks.
This guy's super smart, but just not interesting at all.
A lot of the software companies, there's concerns that the LLMs maybe some others get a commoditized business. How are they
62.
overall AI trading?
I got 8 minutes left until I gotta leave.
One of the big things that we see is just the enormous amount of infrastructure spend. So Morgan Stanley estimates that over the next 5 years,
Subscribe if you like.
we'll need to see about $3 trillion in spend.
I'm gonna try and get it better. I know it. It's like torture. Yeah, subscribe if you like, and then I'm gonna look into this OBS, Open Broadcaster software. I'm sure there's plenty of versions out there, and try and get a better view for us to watch. There we go. The fast is starting to look correct. We just made a lower low after the last candle, and the cup and handle concept is starting to play out. 615, looking for a touch of at least 600 as the stochastics intersect each other. This is what we're watching right here. The shoulders are probably more prominent on a 1-minute chart, I would say, but I just don't go there. That's for newbies and people who are terrified of their position, long or short. Let's see if this thing plays out here. Shit, I really wish I could hang out, but duty calls.
So the autonomous decision makers, virtual assistants.
If a cup and handle is to occur, we'll have a lower opening on the next candle.
Create enterprise usage, which will be much more durable for revenue.
I'm glad you mentioned efficiency low, Jay. Stay with me here. Shares of Google parent company Alphabet reaching from all-time highs.
A lot of wick there. Maybe we're just checking to see where the lake bottom is.
Hey, John, speaking of efficiency, 3 letters here. TPU. That's Google's custom chip tensor processing units, and they are symbolic of the Google bull case itself.
The slow stochastics is just not wavering at all. It's pinned, no indication of crowning at all. It just intersected the overbought line, as the fast is still highly crowned at 84, and an intersection is surely going to happen here shortly. I believe the strength of this slow could catch the fast based on the opening of this candle that we're in right now. It opened right inside the body of the last candle, so that's promising. It looks like they really wanted to do that CNH, but So far, no dice. Works for me.
Positioned very well for this next leg of the race with a fully integrated stack model.
This is the Micro Mini December contract. I call them NICs. They're NQs. And you're welcome to come back. I got to leave and go to school for a couple hours, but normally I've been streaming all day. We've had up to a couple hundred people in the room, or usually around 20 or so. I'm not afraid to show my position, win or lose. Here's our stats for this morning's trade. We've had 74 contracts traded. We're still holding 2. We just sold off 18 contracts, and that's our profit for the day. There's the average price right now. So please come back. I'm going to shut down here in 5 minutes, and I'll be gone for 2 hours, but I'll definitely be back for the opening. We usually do about, some days are better than others, but yesterday we did about 6,800. The day before was 6,000. So anything over $1 is awesome. So anyhow, I'm not trying to be somebody, but if you want to subscribe to find me easily, do it. I definitely am not trying to monetize my channel. I could care less. I've just been trading for 30 years and trying to share a little bit of knowledge. See you later, SoCal. Look at, we're getting that break, man, right on my departure. Look at that.
Well, what's really interesting is if we were to take a look at the playbook.
Nice.
Hyperscalers and even Apple.
Beautiful.
Apple, we always like to talk about the vertical integration. Part of the reason that Apple does that is because when they are going to produce their own chips, no one is more knowledgeable about the
Okay, dudes, I'm out, man.
than Apple. And so they can
See you later. Peace.
That's exactly what Google has done. Google understands their business really well. Now, to your point,